Welcome to Jay's pre-market briefing for Wednesday, February the 7th, 2018. We'll start off with oil today. You can see we had these arrows suggesting that we might be back and forth between 65 and 63. We didn't quite get to 63, but pretty close. And we're a little bit back and forth here right now between 63 and 64. So I would expect the same thing on oil for now. The key zone is going to be 62.92 to 62.10 for the bulls on the upside. And then for any short side action, I think you got to be at least waiting for a retest of 65.03 and 64.96, that little zone up there. And if we do get through that, then look for a retest of the previous high up there. Ultimately, I think we'll probably go to 67 if that happens. So you got 66.81, 67.06, 67.32. If for some reason we do break down through this level here, 62.92, it may be a choppy ride between 62.92 and 62.10, but if we get through 62.10, look out below. Should be going a lot further down, probably all the way down to the low 60s, if not the high 50s. Looking at the Bitcoin futures, Bitcoin a little bit of a retracement here, up to the 77.90, and so far a little bit of a rejection there. So not too much going on Bitcoin right now. As we mentioned yesterday, the key levels 91.10 to 95.90. If we get through that, then probably we're looking at 12 to 13,000, that area. However, I do expect Bitcoin to continue down. As I said before, 52.45 is kind of my short-term target for where Bitcoin is probably going. And over the medium or longer term, I'm expecting at least that 52.45 to 305 on Bitcoin, unless things change from a regulatory standpoint or from a distribution standpoint. Those are the two key areas, two obstacles to really making Bitcoin an alternative to what we have currently in terms of means of exchange. So keep your eye on those key zones, 91.10, 95.90, and 13.49.5 to 12.195. On the upside, if we do get any retracements into those areas, those are probably good areas to short. And then targets 52.45 to 305. Looking at gold, another retest into the 1330.5 level, and a little bit of a push through 1326.4. But now we're back above it. It's currently during the Asian session here, about 10 p.m. Eastern right now, 11 a.m. here in Hong Kong. So again, this was going to be coming into the 1317.9 to 1308.4. That was going to be the key area. So far, this area is holding, and these minor levels, 1326.4 and 1330.5, seem to be holding gold back a little bit. Again, if we do turn around from here, the targets to the upside, 1368.2 and more likely 1381.1. And if we do get below 1308, then I'm expecting gold to continue down all the way back into the mid 1200. And finally, moving over to the euro, the key zone there that we had yesterday held, the 123.42 half to 123.72 half, and you can see a nice rejection of that area so far. So I would expect, if we don't get a retest of it, then I'm expecting 125.66, and then more than likely 126.15, because that'll be just above the big handle of 126. For upside targets, however, if we do get below 123.42 half, it may be a bumpy ride down to the 122 evens area, but below that there would probably be a much more robust pullback on the euro. So for now, as long as 123.72 half and 123.42 half, that zone, as long as that holds, that's a good area to look for bounces off of or longs off of. If it doesn't, we'll look at that area as a potential area to short from. If the market does continue back up, as I said, 125.66, 126.15, those are probably likely good targets on the upside. And finally, if you're looking for some order flow tools, there's some great tools out there. A couple that I recommend are Forex Alpha, that's specifically designed for Forex, and obviously the NOFT, which has been a mainstay of this channel. Also, if you need to get a hold of me, email is best, jtrade@gmx.com. You can also support me on Patreon and reach me through Skype. So trade well, control risk, and we'll see you tomorrow.